What is life? All right, welcome to the review of Attack on Titan.
Episode 3 of Season 4, Part 2.
Yeah, the emotional episode.
Yes, two brothers.
This episode is probably one of the most emotional, gut-wrenching, heart-pounding episodes of the series so far, and especially of Season 4. This episode is just like filled with just such sadness, such sorrow, such tragedy, and that's just the epitome of what Attack on Titan is, you know. And this entire season has just been a build-up to this war, and in this episode, man, we had a lot of truth bombs just drop. And yeah, so I think there's two biggest components of the episode, one being about brotherhood, and then the second just being about what the hell happened at the end.
I know, I really love this episode. I teared up in a lot of the scenes here, and my jaw just dropped multiple times, and I love everything that we are finding out, and it just makes me so excited of what else we're gonna uncover, because honestly, I literally don't know what else to expect from Attack on Titan anymore.
Let's talk about some of the parallels with the brothers in this episode. One being Falco and Colt, and just the absolute tragedy of what happened to Falco. And honestly, when with what happened with Falco, that legitimately broke my heart. Like that was one of the most sad things I've seen in all of Attack on Titan. You know, like that to me is up there with, you know, honestly, with Aaron's mom dying, because at the start of season 4, I wasn't really on board with a lot of the these new characters that were introduced to us, you know. But for some reason, Falco is what I grasped onto in terms of the new characters, because he's just so pure. He's such
innocent.
Yeah, he's so innocent. And at the end of the day, he just wants to protect his family, and he's going about it in a very noble way. So with what happens with Falco, you know, with Zeke screaming and turning him into a Titan, to me that part just, again, my heart just sank for Falco. And to see his brother Colt beg Zeke, please just give him time to run away, far away, so he won't turn into a Titan. And you know, and then I don't care if you go out and kill the entire world, but just please protect my brother. And when Zeke looked at him and said, you know what, it's a shame. You know, Zeke does care about, you know, Falco and his brother and all of these characters that were introduced in season 4, but in his mind, the plan needed to be done and sacrifices needed to be made. And to see Colt just hug Falco and just plead with him as if it's just one last cry, because he knew what was going to happen. And then when the roar happened,
I know, it's so heartbreaking. Like the begging of Colt, I really cannot stress it enough. Like I teared up when he was saying all those things, like, you know, kill the Marlians, kill the aliens, I don't care, just save my little brother, you know. And he hugged Falco, like kind of telling, it's like, you know, it's like a way of telling him that it's gonna be all right, like I'm gonna be here for you, I'm gonna take the pain with you. Like it's not just gonna be Falco being on his own, but he was there with him. To see that kind of devotion, like it's so beautiful to see that devotion that they have for each other. But at the same time, like Attack on Titan just finds a way to make it so tragic and depressing.
and when Gabby sees Falco turn into a Titan, and her face and her expression was exactly like ours, you know, just full of hopelessness once again, you know, just full of tragedy, just full of like, I'm never gonna see him again. Like life is not going to be the same after that, you know. And I was like coming on board, but then Gabby goes and screws it all up again, you know.
I know.
But we'll get to that after
Her, like, you know, after we're kind of liking her, and now she's done it again.
Yeah,
we're back to square one. But I kind of like, I don't really blame her fully. She's seen Falco turn into a Titan, and she's also seen Colt burned up. You know, like, it's hard.
Yeah. When she saw Colt's body burned, like her whole life was gone. So yeah, let's talk about Porco and Marcel.
Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, Porco is one of the people that I find annoying in the new characters right now. But it's kind of nice that his death, they put his death like in a nice way, because he was able to find closure about his brother Marcel. Like when he touched Reiner for a second there, he was able to see Reiner's like memories about Marcel, his brother, the original Jaw Titan, like that was together with Reiner, Annie, and Bertold. So he was able to see that it was Marcel who who wanted to make sure that Reiner becomes Armored Titan, because he wanted to protect his brother from the fate of becoming a Titan. And it's just, you know, it's just nice to see that he was able to have some closure regarding that.
Yo, Porco is so savage that the dude sacrificed himself just to tell Reiner that he is better than him.
I know.
Like, straight up, man.
Even while he was like, you know, even as he was coming to his death,
yeah,
he was saying, see, like, now I know I am truly better than you, Reiner. I was like, I was supposed to be the Armored Titan, not you. Man,
the goddamn pettiness of that was hilarious. But yeah, that scene, like, it was nice to see Porco just finally, you know, see his brother's, you know, last words. And, you know, it was, again, like, Attack on Titan does such a great job with characters' deaths. You know, like they build up these characters, they give them memories, they give them a life to allow us to be emotionally attached to them, you know. And then when, you know, they die, because that's what Attack on Titan does, it just kills anyone they want.
Yeah.
You actually feel for it. And even like a character like Porco, like, yeah, I wasn't super on board with him, but his death was still, to me, very tragic because of his emotional attachment to his brother and to the cause, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go on to Eren now.
The main brothers.
Oh man, when Eren, you know, escaped out of the actually first Eren's fight again with Gilliard and with Reiner. Once again, brutality, like savageness, the way he was like crushing Galliard's head in. Oh my geez, like Eren, man. Eren is, to me, still such a badass. And, you know, one thing about Eren's character in season 4 is that he's not really an emotional character. Like, there is no emotions. There is no, like he's such a stoic, numb character. Like, you know, there's no inflection in his voice when he speaks, you know, it's very monotone. But this is the first time in this season 4 that we actually saw emotion come from Eren. When Eren tried to stop Zeke from screaming, yeah, that was the first time I'm like, wow, so Eren does care. And that was the first hint of, okay, so I mean, obviously we all knew that Eren wasn't going to be part of the plan, but it's nice to see, like, okay, like, you know, it's true, he doesn't want to be part of this plan. And when he tried to stop him from turning everyone into Titans, I'm like, yes, like, Eren is Eren, you know, he's just soulless for right now. But when he came out and he was walking towards Zeke, man, it was
not walking, he was running.
Well, yeah, I guess when he was running towards
that was amazing. That scene of like him, like I think him turning into ice and then getting out of his Titan form was like, holy crap! You know Eren, that he is just a badass. He knows, you know, he knows how to like control the Titan's power. It's just amazing to see.
Like, Eren has brains now.
I know.
And then he runs, and then what happens? Gabby once again killed one of our, or not kills, but like, you know.
Well, we thought he was dead. I honestly, when I saw that, I thought he was dead.
Yeah, when Gabby shot Eren and his head came off and it's spinning in like it's spinning a 360. Again, I audibly gasped. You know, I wish we recorded ourselves watching it, because I legit, like, I gasped. And I was like, no, like, this can't be it. Like, no, there has to be a way out, you know, like, obviously, but I was in shock. Could not believe it, and then we get to the ending, which to me there's too much to unravel with that.
But first, I want to say it's so, I think it's so ironic when Gabby shot Aaron and his head came flying off, and Zeke caught it like a baseball.
Yeah, you know what? Zeke's entire life of training for baseball finally meant something.
Yeah, that was the fruition of it.
Yeah. So then we go and we see a bit of a flashback of I don't know if it might have been one of the last encounters with Zeke and Aaron, and you see Zeke, implementing and telling the plan to Aaron, and Aaron is agreeing with it. He's like, okay, I'll do it. And then when Aaron said, something along the lines like, to be born into this world is no salvation or something like that, like the complete opposite of what he initially thought was, to be born into this world, that means I have purpose. As soon as he said that, I was like, hey, there's something up with Aaron. Like, there's no way Aaron would just turn his whole trait, his whole morals, in this one scene. And then when Zeke was like, okay, well, you know what, we will meet, I don't want to shake your hand yet, but when he throws him the baseball,
I love that symbolism.
Yeah, when Aaron dropped it, and it's like, oh, it must be like my hospital, like being in the hospital, Zeke kind of knew something was up there. And at the time I didn't really understand that scene, why he dropped the ball, but I guess it meant something along the lines where like he's not on, like he's not into this plan 100%.
And now, we go to the coordinate where we see Ymir, and it's just so heartbreaking because I was reading her bio because she kind of interests me. You see that, she is a powerful, like, almighty, like, founder. Like, she was the one who was given the power to become a Titan. But then you see her, like, I saw that, she was already a slave in the very beginning, and then she was given that power to become a Titan. And then now, like, even after, like, her death, she's still a slave. She's a slave to the Titan. She's a slave to the royal family. And it's so sad to see that, because she's supposed to be all powerful, but from then up to now, she is still a slave. She's just wandering around.
Yeah, so when that scene came and we're back at the desert, we see Zeke chained up, and then we see Aaron. And I just want to talk about the animation in this scene, or in this part, because I actually really, really loved the animation at this part. I don't know why, like, even though I haven't read the manga, but to me it felt more of the manga feel. Like, I don't know, like it felt more 2D because Attack on Titan is implementing a bit of 3D and a bit of 2D, but for this one it seems straight up hand-drawn 2D the entire thing, and the colors were a lot muted. And Aaron looks so cool. Like, I don't know what else to say about it, but Aaron's look in this scene, like, his hair down, it almost reminded me of the end of season 3 when they're all at the ocean. That's what it reminded me of. Like, that's what Aaron looked like, because
he kind of looked young in that episode.
So like, again, we the big revelation happens where we find out, Aaron was not part of this plan. Like, he did not care about this plan, and when he said that, it was beautiful, because it was like, yes, we all knew Aaron was not part of this. Like, he did not believe in this euthanization plan. He just wanted to kill all the Titans and free the world, and when him and Zeke, when they have their conversation, and Aaron's like, no, why would I ever be part of your plan? Like, no. And then he tries to command Ymir, and then Ymir walks past him. I was like, what? And then she goes to Zeke.
That's why I don't know what is happening here anymore, because we thought that it was gonna be Aaron who can control Ymir, who can control the founder's power. But then you see that Ymir is a slave to a royal family, to Zeke, because he's royal blood.
Yeah, and then there was something about because he renounced war.
So it wasn't that at all. It was more like because Zeke is royal family, but he wasn't the one who inherited the founder's power, because if he was the one who inherited the founder's power, he would have been persuaded to follow the first king's ideals. But since he didn't inherited the founder's power, he wasn't persuaded at all. But he had time to stay in that plane for a very long time, so he kind of figured out that he had more, like he has a lot of power since he was a royal blood. So he kind of figured out that since he was royal blood, Ymir would follow him. And so, if he orders Ymir to take off the chains, he can do it, and to, basically he can slave Ymir around.
Yeah, because I guess in that plane, time in, I guess, the real world, it's an instant, but in that world, or in that plane, time is forever. So I guess he had enough time, and he knew what happened to Eren as well, and like it's almost like he can foretell, I guess, the future, that like in the past, like he saw the event. So that's why he knew as soon as Eren said, I'm not part of your plan, like I am. And then he says as well, it's like, I am born to this world. It was such a nice parallel, because initially he's like, being born into this world, is a curse. The worst type of salvation a person can have is being born into this world. And then it comes back to like, no, I was born into this world, so that's why I'm free. That's why I have a purpose.
I love that, because it actually you totally got what was the reason that he wouldn't be into this plan, because that's what you said in our first video too, that he wouldn't be in this plan because he's always told Armin that he was born into this world, so he has like the freedom. And so like, but I don't think that Zeke foresaw the future or the past. I just think he had more time. He had time to kind of think, to just kind of try to really see what Eren has been doing all this time, like how Eren interacted with him. And so I don't think he foretold that he was, that he would betray him, but I just think that he wanted to test him.
Yeah. So for our final thoughts, this episode, one of the best ones in probably this entire series so far, definitely the best one of all of season 4. But yeah, so it ends with, Eren and Zeke, their head colliding, and it just ends. Perfect cliffhanger.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't even know where this is gonna go. Like, again, we don't read the manga, but yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm hoping that when their heads bumped, that somehow, Eren would be able to have the power. I don't know. I wanted that he would, Zeke would accidentally transfer the power to Eren. Yeah, but I have no idea. That's completely wrong, most likely.
I think Eren's gonna be stuck in this plane probably for a while, and I think he's gonna probably manipulate or take control of Ymir, because there's still a lot that is happening in the real world. We still have the original crew still fighting, still kicking ass.
And I just want to say that when Mikasa and Armin went to just obliterate Peak and her men, it was just amazing to see. I love Mikasa. She's so skillful.
Yeah. Oh, another thing too, I mean, to kind of go back, for what happened to Falco is, he absorbed the Jaw Titan's power as well. Oh, yeah. So, again, there's so much that is happening right now in the outside world, but I'm more interested in what happened in this plane, in this desert. But yeah, so we still have them, we still have Falco, we still have, Mikasa, Armin, Jean, we still have them, and Yelena as well. There was a scene where Yelena is sitting in a yoga pose, or cross legs or something like that, just watching the war, just watching the chaos around her. So again, this entire season, but especially this entire episode, was just filled with, it was a lot of action, a lot of emotion, and again, it's building on the lore of Attack on Titan, and I think that's what makes Attack on Titan probably one of the greatest animes of all time. I think this when this series is said and done, it's going to go down as legendary status.
I know. I love how they presented the lore, that the royal family has to be chained down. I don't know. I'm not really sure about this, but it kind of just from what I understand, the royal family had to be chained down just to make sure that they will always follow the first king's ideal. But I just love how they all presented it all together, that for them to be able to use the founder's power, they have to use Ymir. And of course, why did we not click on that? You know, that founder, of course, founder equals Ymir, because she is the founder.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out, because this episode is coming up very soon.
I mean, know. We're still waiting for Levi.
Yeah, Levi still needs to show up, and he still needs to kick ass.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with him. Like, I don't know how he's going to come back. But yeah. So, thank you for watching. Stay tuned next week again for our episode 4 review. Hopefully we can get it out before probably Thursday or Friday or whenever this is coming up. Hey man, we both got jobs. We're kind of busy, but
yeah.
I want to thank everyone for watching. And you know, if you subscribed, you know, our last video, I'm shocked, you know, I got over like 600 views right now, and I'm like, wow. Like, first of all, the quality was horrible.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we're still trying to work out a lot here, but you know, for the lighting and everything. But yeah, like, thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and stay tuned.